from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So in today's reading, Leo, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. Want to wish everybody a happy, blessed Thanksgiving. Hope you have a good one. Also, too, I'm going to be doing a live reading on my Facebook group. So join us. You'll see it. You'll find it. You'll come across it once you look for it. And then I have a link there on the on my page, on my community page. I also, if you are interested in a personal reading, don't forget to comment or email me and I'll get back to you. All right, so let's get started, you guys, on this reading. Leo, see what's going on for you, Leo. All right, Leo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Leo. Leo, 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 Spirit. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so you have Journey by Moonlight, believe in magic. So really, yes, definitely believe that anything is possible, you guys. You know, wherever you're at, whatever you're going through, believe that new things are coming, that things are going to work out. You know, just believe in magic, you know, and it'll come through. Have your faith, keep your faith. Also have Mystic Healer, healing energy flows through you. Definitely, people talk to you. People see you, you know, you're a light to them. You know, you could be a guide, you could be a healer, you know, just your words or your presence makes them feel better, you know, so that's beautiful. Love that. All right, so you guys, take what resonates with you and lead the rest. This is for Leo. Leo, Leo, Leo. All right. Ouch. Hold on, you guys. Sorry. One for the current. One for the situation. One for the past or now. One for the what's hidden. One for the hopes and fears. What you need to do now. What you need to work on. And the outcome. And for the end of the tarot card, you do have the Justice card. I feel like you're trying to make some kind of decision here also. I feel like everything's going to fall into place for you and things are going to balance out with the Justice card, so it's really nice. I feel like you still need to speak some kind of truth here about something. You do have the Two of Wands. I feel like you're trying to make some kind of plans. I feel like you could also be making a decision on something. You have the Queen of Cups here. They're asking you to have compassion, forgiveness, you know, really have some self-care for yourself, trusting your intuition, using your intuition. You do have the Four of Wands here. The Four of Wands is talking about moving forward, you know, not staying back, moving forward, happiness towards happiness, you know, new ideas, things like that. Interesting. Then you have the Eight of Cups here. For what's hidden, there is definitely something you are leaving behind, you know, could be anything. You have the Knight of Cups here. The Knight of Cups is talking about following your heart, wanting to follow your heart, wanting to do what you believe in, what you want to do, opening your heart also. We'll see why it's here. You do have the Four of Cups here. Oh no, I'm sorry. You have the Nine of Cups. Wow, that's nice. The Nine of Cups is talking about being content, being grateful for everything that you have, big and small, really seeing the accomplishments of everything that you've done, you know, seeing that you're able to do what you want to create, you know. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. I feel like there's financial opportunities coming towards you, but it is on something you need to work on. So maybe you need to start saving money. You are on the right path. So we'll see what the other cards say. And then you do have the Page of Swords here. The Page of Swords is talking about you expressing yourself very clearly, not jumping into conclusions, really seeing the truth in everything also. All right, so Leo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. This is for Leo, 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 Leo. Let's see what's going on, Leo. The Two of Wands. Why is the Two of Wands here? My card. Wow. Okay. Leo. My goodness. All right. So you start off with the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is talking that there are decisions that you need to make, and I feel like I feel at times that you're very angry. You get aggravated by a lot of things that everything that's going on. With the Two of Wands, it's about trying to plan, making plans, coming to a decision, and that's you making some kind of decision. They're asking you to really have patience on things, on everything that's going on. Maybe you're waiting on something to come in, or maybe you're waiting on something or someone. I feel like at times that, because you do have the Five of Swords here and the Five of Cups. So there are times when you feel very disappointed with the Five of Cups here. The Five of Cups is saying that, you're only really looking at things that have gone wrong, and you're not really looking at everything that's going on around you. I feel like, because you've been disappointed, at something that didn't come through for you. And it gets you very angry, Maybe there's something that you wanted, maybe there was something that you wanted to create and do, and it just didn't happen. But there is something here about you being very angry. With the Five of Cups being here, it's like you have a regret about the decisions that you've made or the things that you have done, and also too, I feel like at times that you're not able to let go of it. Like, I should have done this. I shouldn't have done it that way. Why did I do that? Why am I, talking very negative towards yourself? And I feel like you need to really, really change that. Okay. Leave the anger, leave the frustration, and leave that regret, because, you're just seeing everything that has been happening that is wrong, and you need to leave that behind. Okay. Really try your best to leave that behind, because I do feel like there are still good things coming towards you, but if you have that mind, the mind thing on with you, you're trying to, you're not looking at anything that's positive, it's going to stay with you like that, and you're not going to see anything, you're going to be clouded. You have the Queen of Cups here, and why is the Queen of Cups here for you in this situation? One more card. Wow, you are definitely you're definitely in your mind about a lot of things. Are you worried? Is there some kind of worry? Are you worried about traveling? Are you worried about what is going on? You have a lot of these cards that are just like really clouding you. Okay, so you start off with the Queen of Cups. Like I said, the Queen of Cups is talking about, hey, it's time to nourish yourself. It's time to, trust your intuition. It's time to, put boundaries. I also feel like you feel a lot. Like, you're very, what is that? Empathy? You have a lot of empathy right now. You feel everybody's hurt, everybody's sadness also. And that could also be that, how people tell you your problems, because people do flock to you, Leo, and they do tell you all their problems, and then you take it in and you're like, oh, I feel so bad. I feel so sad. I feel, angry and stuff like that. And I feel like, you got to really try not to do that. Okay. But really start setting boundaries for yourself, because sometimes that is way too much for ourselves, in our mind, emotionally and physically. But I do feel like you are definitely worried about something. You see this lady and she's in her mind, she's holding her head like she can't sleep, You've had those days where, you get up in the middle of the night and you're just like staring at the dark room, or just thinking about everything that has been going on. And they're asking you to really leave that behind, okay? Because it's not going to make you it's not going to change things when you do that, and it's just going to make you more frustrated and angry. You do have the King of Wands, and they're asking you to really start putting things in order, really start putting things in order. Like every situation that haven't been dealing with, start doing it. What are you waiting for? Put your ideas out there. Put your, do the new things that you want to do, that you want to create, instead of being in your mind, keep yourself busy while trying to create what it is that you want to do. Okay. I feel like you are definitely going to move forward, but you still need to set boundaries. You still need to take care of yourself more. You need to give yourself a lot of self-care here. And you also need to start trusting your intuition. I also feel like for some of you guys, you could be worried about traveling, maybe traveling home or traveling, going somewhere. I don't know, but it's something about traveling here. You do have the Four of Wands here for the pastor now, and I do believe it's now. I feel like you're leaving all this behind, but it's up to you to leave this behind. Remember that it is you that creates your own world, and I do feel like you will, because you have the Eight of Cups here. So let's see what's the Eight of Cups is. Why is the Eight of Cups here for the Leo? One more card. Wow. Wow. Okay. So you do have the Eight of Cups here. And they're saying that you are definitely leaving something behind. You're not gonna stay in the same place all the time. You're leaving on a new path. This is your new path here, something that you're not seeing. You are going to leave whatever it is that's bothering you behind. So you're moving forward, and it does show here. And I do feel like it is, because remember, you do have the Four of Wands here. But I feel like you're in your mind a lot. Maybe you're confused about things, or maybe you feel confused, or maybe you're being pulled at different directions, like trying to do this and trying to do that, and trying to, do what you need to do. But it's like it's weighing very heavy in your mind, making decisions. I also feel like you are trying to create something. You want to create something with somebody. Could be a partnership, could be like, maybe you're creating something with, or collaborating with somebody about plans. I also feel like they are definitely watching you, that you have a lot of support from people around you, but you are definitely contemplating a decision here. They're asking you to take your time to see things for what they are, really be honest with yourself also. And also too, you are going to leave something behind, because you did start off with the Eight of Cups, and that's your main card right there, where you are. Right now you're in this mode where you're thinking about, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. You do have the Knight of Cups down here. And why is the Knight of Cups here? Look at that. Wow, that is amazing. So you do have the Knight of Cups here, and that's where where you start off. Really trust your intuition, okay? I do feel like you need to follow your heart. I feel like you are definitely going to leave something behind, because you also have the Eight of Cups down here also. So you have the Eight of Cups here, you have that up here. So look at the path. Look at it. It's like there. It's there. You're leaving. You're following a path. For some of you guys, it could be a spiritual path that you're could be going towards, also. But I feel like you need help making decisions, and I feel like you need to really go within, because you're so busy. Sometimes you're so busy, but you're not only just busy, but you have, you're in your mind a lot. You're still thinking about everything that has gone wrong instead of everything that has been going right. And you're not seeing that. And they're asking you to go within, to take time to go within. Meditate. You see this lady, she's outside taking control of her thoughts, and being outside, getting grounded. That's what you need to do. Spending time away from all this negativity, all these worries. Just get away from that. Get away from the drama. Get away from the news. Get away from all that. I'm not saying like, live like a hermit, or go without, the tablet or anything. I'm just saying for a while, put boundaries around you, so that you don't, see all this negativity. Because believe me, when you see a lot of stuff on the news, you start thinking like that. It's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go at? This is happening. I'm not going to be able to do this. And then all of a sudden, it's just like a domino effect. It creates that negativity in you, that disconnect feeling. All right. So really pay attention to that. Really follow your heart and what it is that you want to create also. I feel like you just need to follow your heart, not do what you want to do. You have the Nine of Cups here for the what you need to do now. One more card. Wow. That's nice. So you're definitely, you're grateful for a lot of things, Leo. You are. You're very grateful. You're very accomplished. You're very, you're content with a lot of things that you have, and maybe this is why, this is what keeps you from going forward or changing, and that's what they're saying. It's nice to be in this nice, safe place, right? Where you're protected, where you're going to get a paycheck, right? Where things are just, you're going to be able to pay off things. And it's okay to be like that. It is okay. But they're asking you to look at things differently now, okay? Because you are definitely on a new path. That whatever it is that you want to create, that you want to do, put it out there. It's time, okay? I feel like you are definitely going to look at things differently, very different. I feel like you're trying to let go of the past, but it's very hard. But like I said, go within, okay? Go within. Be grateful for everything, big or small. Be grateful. Also, with the Queen of Wands here, I feel like with the Queen of Wands, be assertive. Don't let nobody steal your light. Stop caring about what other people think or say. Their words or their emotions are not important. What's important is you, that you're positive, that you stay in that light, that you just do what you want to do, that because you're a light for others. You have that healing power. When you walk into the room, everybody looks at you and they smile because you're just that cute person, whether you're male or female, you do. You're happy, you smile, you know what you need to do in order to do what you need to do, if that makes any sense. So really, don't let anybody take that light from you, okay? Really stop caring about anything or anyone, what they do, what they say, just pursue your passion or do your own thing, like they said. You also have the Ace of Pentacles here. And why is the Ace of Pentacles here for Leo? One more card. So you do have the Ace of Pentacles. You are on the right path. No matter what, you are on the right path. Really, they want you to start saving money, okay? Because you have the Four of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Pentacles here. Really try to save your money. I feel like you're going to be traveling very soon also. I also feel like at times you hold on to a lot of things that you want to say and you don't say them. Because you also have the Queen of Swords here. For some of you guys, there's things that you want to say that you don't. You hold back a lot for some reason. I don't know why. You hold on to it, and there's like the truth there that you like. There are things that you want to speak of, and when you get the Queen of Swords, especially in something that you need to work on, it's time to speak your mind. It's time to stand up for yourself. It's time to do what you need to do, okay? You're Leo. You're very strong-willed. You have that courage. You have that confidence. Don't let anybody take that light from you or make you feel like you're not nobody, because you are somebody. You when you walk into a room, like I said, you light the room up. Take that. Go with it. Stop being in your mind about things that are not going to work out. You have done so much to accomplish where you have been, where you're going. And, even if you go towards your dream and that, well, I'm not going to get this, or my paycheck's going to stop. I'm not going to get to where I want to for a couple of years. You're going to be able to do it. You will, you will. You've done it where you're at. You're going to be able to do it there. Whatever it is that you're trying to do. Wow, that is a message for somebody. And I do feel for some of you guys, there is some kind of nice abundance coming in. But they're asking you to save some money. Okay. Also feel like there's traveling here for you. And then you have the Page of Swords. And why is the Page of Swords here? Wow, 7 of Swords and Page of Swords. Ooh, okay. Very interesting here. So with the Page of Swords here, So with the Page of Swords, I feel like you really need to express yourself more clearly. See the truth and try not to jump into things, before seeing what it's about, Try not to jump to conclusions also about things that are happening in your life. Really see the truth. Do your research on things, okay? I feel like you need to explore new things also. But I feel like mostly like you really need to see the truth in everything. Okay, before you start speaking it, before you start thinking of it, try not to jump to conclusions. Also feel with the Seven of Swords for you to be honest with yourself. There could have been some kind of betrayal here about money. For somebody, it could be about money, but for everybody else, there could have been some betrayal about, that maybe something had happened, or, you got to really be honest with yourself about things, okay? Really see the truth before you start pointing fingers or starting to see something, okay? It might be a whole different story that you don't know about, okay? Because I feel like there are times that you feel like somebody betrayed you, or there's some kind of deceit going on, or some cheating, or some kind. They're asking you to really see it, clearly, more clearly. And I do feel like you will have some kind of money coming in. There is some kind of abundance coming in. I feel like you could also be helping somebody, like as financially also. But I do feel like there is some kind of abundance coming in for you. Really be careful. If that Seven of Swords isn't like, that you don't have anything going on in your life that has happened like that, some kind of deceit, and just really be careful about it. Okay, be careful about your finances. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. All right, so Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to speak your truth, you guys. Speak your truth. I'm getting that also. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. And have a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving.